So the first thing we'll cover, and I was really excited to see this, Jared was even more excited to see this, was the Epic Universe Preview Center. Now, in case you hadn't heard, Epic Universe is going to be opening in 2025, and that's a brand new theme park.
I can give you the spiel I use on all the videos.
What's your
I know.
spiel?
Epic Universe is a brand new theme park being built 2 miles south of Universal Studios Orlando, Florida.
Perfect.
And it's set to open sometime in 2025.
That's perfect. That's it.
Actually, I have one
it.
on this at the end of this. I'll give you, I think it's going to spoil a little bit of a video I have coming out, but I think I have an idea of when Epic Universe is going to open.
Oh, I have an idea too.
Okay.
But mine's more just conjecture in my brain. So.
Okay.
So this went into the Universal Legacy store. They redid that completely, gutted it, and then put this in there. So it was closed, and the preview center opened mid last week. So I think we were there like the first or second day. So it was brand new opened.
We didn't get media invites.
We did not get no.
We're
we did not.
we're a show of the people. Okay.
Show of the
We get to see things when you guys do.
That's right.
And I actually kind of like, honestly, I like
That's
that.
right. Yeah, that's right.
I really do like that. I don't know. I'm not even being like facetious. I think I like that.
I like being of the people, but it'd also be nice to like have a little preview.
Nope, we're the
beforehand.
people's champ.
Oh,
We're the
okay.
people's champ.
All
I'm gonna
right.
wear that. I'm gonna get a belt. What's this? I don't know if it's champ.
You are randomly talking. Let's talk about the preview center. So, sir, can you tell us what's in the preview center?
I can do that, ma'am. So in the preview center, the main thing here you're gonna find is a giant model of the entire park.
It's huge.
I would guess 20 feet by 20 feet.
Yeah.
I would roughly say that's about the
Yeah.
size of it. It's the same one they used in the first video they released where they had the fly-throughs of it. I believe it's that model.
Okay.
Very detailed. And if you've seen renderings, if you've seen concept art, it is like
It's impressive.
that is the park like on that thing. So the model, now some stuff about the model itself. It took 9 months to put together, and it cost about $1 million.
$1 million for this model. That's insane.
Pretty wild. 17 people, including scenic and makeup artists, put it together. The model shows all the lands, the spacing, and all the details. You can download an app when you get there. You have cast members will walk around a QR code, and they have little things put up. You can also just go to the App Store. It is the Epic Universe, I think, Preview
Center
app.
Yeah.
You download it, and then there are parts where you open the app, and through your phone, it'll show you augmented reality things like the coasters moving or people doing things or fireworks. Like it has little animated aspects to it that you can see on your phone, which is pretty cool. And it'll have a little thing. It has a little signage on the model that says like AR.
Where to go
And
to get.
but you can pan it all around, and it'll do the whole thing.
I thought that was a nice touch. It just makes it seem more alive. So I liked that.
So I'm always looking at the construction photos and all these things like that. So I'm very familiar with it. But even looking at those, a lot of times I kind of lose a sense of the scale on some of this stuff. And the thing that's really stuck out to me on the model was the sheer size of the Ministry of Magic ride building. Now, this has been unannounced. We do know it's Wizarding World, Ministry of Magic. We do know that. But the ride in there presumably is based on Ministry of Magic, but they haven't said any details about it. So the rumor is that this is an elevator type of ride. We don't know anything else. The show building is huge. When you look at this model of it, and if you're watching us on YouTube, I'll have clips up showing all this right now, but massive. I was just like, okay.
That struck me too. I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, it makes
so
sense
big.
if you look at the size of it. That's why there's only one ride going in that land, and the other ones are getting at least like 3 for the most part.
Or at least 1 or at least 2.
Yeah,
but
they're getting 1 here in the theater show. But that was one thing. But yeah, so
Interesting.
it's cool to see that. And then what struck me is it cost $1 million, but like it was not behind any sort of protective glass. It was just there. Like you could touch stuff if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. I know.
Yeah, which I like because I could get some cool shots of. I took some pictures and some video clips of it and things like that. But
And also like being able to see the size of Helios, the hotel.
Yeah.
And how big it is, even compared to the park. And I was like, oh, you're gonna get some great views of that park. From that hotel. if you're high up enough, oh,
I will say the
great.
thing that I'm very curious about Helios, and I've talked about this in the videos, is if you look at the pool and recreation area of that hotel, it is literally right outside of Dark Universe, and it's right by like the bus, basically the bus transportation areas for the hotel, like where people get on and off buses.
Wow.
I'm very curious as when you're there, what are they? Are you going to be able to hear that stuff?
I mean, both Universal and Disney are very good.
They are very
about,
good.
about keeping sounds like
Agreed.
separated.
And I'm not saying they can't. I'm just curious how they're going to do it. And are you going to be able to hear the pool area when you're in the park? Like, you know
Well,
what I mean? Stuff like that.
Let me ask you something. When we're like at Cabana Bay, let's say we're in the parking lot right outside in like the tower before you even enter the park. Can you hear the music?
You talking about for
At Volcano Bay versus in Cabana
no,
Bay?
you can't there.
You can't.
No, but again, this is much closer to even that. I think. Well, we'll
I
have
mean,
to
they're
see.
right next to each other. so
Yeah,
I figure-
but no, I'm curious about that just
Yeah.
because of just how close it is. But because I've never seen a hotel be that close to in park. It's one thing to be near the entrance, like this is right next to a land. But yeah,
yeah, but it was nice to get an idea of the spacing and everything of how things are going to be laid out. Because yes, you can look at maps, you can look at, the flyovers that they've done on the website and everything, but to actually see it laid out all at the same time is very helpful for my brain.
right.
So I appreciated that part.
Yeah, I mean, you'll also notice on there the sheer amount of trees. Like they are not
Yeah.
lying when they talk about. They've said many times when you put the park back into theme parks, like there are a lot of trees. And if you look at the
Good.
construction progress, they're planning every time you check in on that thing. There's more trees.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate the detail.
Mm-hmm.
Looks great. So
They also had in there the portals. So it was like miniature.
yeah, in the store.
Yeah, like sort of miniature versions of each land that you could take a picture of. And they had concept art in front of it. They had
Yeah.
merchandise in there.
Each lane has its own merchandise. I feel like the most was from Super Nintendo World, which makes sense because it already exists in another park. So
I would say it's the IP that has the most. Yeah, I think they're going to sell the most Super Nintendo World merchandise in general. But yes,
Yeah.
it did. And you got to think too. A lot of that stuff they probably currently sell out in Hollywood too.
that's what I
Yeah,
that's what
so
I meant. Yeah,
they probably brought some of that over. But yeah, they had the most, and then you could get Epic Universe shirts and mugs and shot glasses and
oh yeah,
blankets and pillows, all sorts of stuff in there.
yeah. It's like one stop shop right now.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing being, I think the model. And I think it's for them to just really I think people know about it, but again, hyping up that this thing is coming.
Yeah.
I think that's you're right there on City Walk. Everybody can see. It's like that foot traffic spot for it is perfect.
Oh yeah,
I mean, everybody's gonna, whether you go to Islands or you go to Studio Side, you're gonna walk right by that thing.
I think a lot of people may not see it if you're coming in and going directly to the right to go to Universal Studios Park.
They may not see it immediately, but
Coming
Out,
from there,
yeah.
you're going to see it right there.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see it. I'm happy to see the model and all the merchandise.